Hello random people, welcome to Random Garage, the channel where we're always doing something.
What's going on?
Today on Random Garage we'll be replacing the radiator on this 2005 Chrysler Pacifica. It has a 3.5 liter engine. This radiator replacement should apply to 2004 through 2008 Chrysler Pacificas because they were all this crossover style, not the current iteration of a minivan. The reason for the radiator replacement is that on the radiator that's in there, simply here where the radiator hose goes from the thermostat housing on the engine to the radiator, just the tip of it broke off. And so the hose then just blew off and it doesn't want to stay on there. I put 2 hose clamps on there even to limp the car around a little bit, and it blew off on me one time already. I got this new radiator from autoshack.com. It came free shipping and it cost only $53 and some odd cents. Although the free shipping may have just been a special because it's shopping season. It was like Cyber Week, right after Thanksgiving that I ordered it. So I don't know, it's my first time ever ordering from AutoShack. I don't know if that's just a regular thing or if it varies by price of what you're getting. I don't know. For starters, on this job, we're gonna drain the radiator. On this new one, there's this valve that opens up. Yeah, it'll twist open, right? And then all the coolant in the radiator will drain out here. So this would be when it's in the vehicle, then it's like driver's side, lower corner towards the engine. Looking up underneath this thing, it doesn't have a lower bumper shroud on it, you see, so but it should. It's missing. When I open up the valve, coolant's gonna come right through this hole here in the subframe, so it should just drop straight out, and hopefully it won't make too much of a mess. Okay, next is to get this plastic shroud out of the way, and here I believe the cruise control module, that's in the way too, so that's got to come out. That was the 5 screws that just secure the grill to the shroud here. It's like these 2 have to come out. Those are kind of hold the upper bumper is held on with those and it goes through. Then there's just 4 of these plastic clips that just get under them and pull them out. There goes that one. This bumper skin's gonna maybe be a little bit in the way, but I think I can hold it back and get around it. The way the cables are routed on this cruise module behind the negative on the battery, I still can't really get it out of the way where I want it. I want to be able to flip it up over here, so I'm going to take the negative off the battery quick, get that out of the way, switch them around so that the battery cable's on the other side of those cables, and I'll be able to get it out of the way. your electrical connector needs to be removed. This one seems like it has a lock on it. This here, I think, should pull. There, that pulls down a little bit like that with the screwdriver. I don't think it needs to come all the way out. And it comes off. Well, still restrained a little bit by a vacuum line right there, but that's good enough. It's out of the way. Now I'll be able to get to the hose clamps there, the upper radiator hose. Okay, it's looking like this upper bumper skin's gonna have to come off in order to get, there's one of these like little plastic shields on each side of the radiator that appears to be trapped by the bumper skin. I see one clip there I can barely get to, then there's that one. There's probably one down lower too that needs to be popped off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the bumper skin off. For starters, on each side there's one screw right here on the edge of the wheel well. So now that the fender skirt is down, that first screw was holding that, there's a really crappy screw to get to right there on each side. Next then, there's a plastic pop clip on each side. There's the top of it's right there. I suppose the bottom of it's right there. Top of it's right there. Get a screwdriver in the turn. Pop that white head down, pull it out. Okay, after I pulled the head of that down to loosen it up, I found out it didn't actually go through the bumper. There was just like a slot there, so just the bumper needed to just pull forward and it would pull right off of there. So now it's loose. Now that the upper bumper skin is off, now on each side I'm gonna pull out these Christmas tree fasteners to get this little shroud loose. Next, the tranny cooler has to come off the radiator. It's just two upper bolts here, one on each side, and then the bottom is a slip fitting. So those bolts come out, they should pull up and pull off the radiator. I see the hood latch mechanism is going to be in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull the bolts out, get that out of the way right now. This whole plastic shroud is going to be in the way of the radiator too, so pull the Christmas tree fasteners out and get that out of the way. There's flanges on the tranny cooler there that were just hooked into a slot like this on the radiator, so I just pull them up and out to the outside of it. Then there's just two bolts holding the radiator, and the radiator will come out after I get the lower radiator hose off. Another thing I need to do yet is get these fans up and out of the way. It's just one screw there on each side holding the fans in place on the new radiator. Here and here, we'll get those out. Get the electrical connectors disconnected, and the whole fan assembly should come out of here pretty easily. So I popped the Christmas trees loose already, got the bolts out, and these connectors again have the red safety fasteners on them, so I know that this side needs to go down, the bottom needs to pull downward a little bit, and I should be able to squeeze right there and wiggle it and pull them off. One other thing, there's a little metal clip right here, I gotta pop that off. And now with the fans out of the way, it's much easier to get at the clamp on this lower radiator hose. With the lower radiator hose here disconnected, now I think it's finally time to just lift this radiator out of here. Damn. I should have shut this valve first. I made a mess. Now to install the new radiator, got to pull these bushings off the old radiator, stick them on the new one, and then slide the radiator into place. One thing you want to double check before installing a new radiator is make sure the valves are closed tightly. It's in place. Now it's a matter of just playing my video in reverse and putting it all back together. Okay, it's all back together. Now I'll just have to dump in some new coolant and we should be good to go. Just fill it with coolant, then check for leaks, and it'll be all done. Pump that radiator hose a little bit to get some coolant to circulate into the engine a little. It runs and no leaks. If you want to see more random garage things, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and whack the notification bell so you get random notifications when a new random garage video is posted. Thanks for watching, and whatever you do, make sure you're always doing something.